Welcome everybody to the sneak peek for Cheri Martin's presentation that's coming up at the Business BOOM Expo on September 24th. I'm delighted Cheri's taking time out of her busy schedule with all of her fantastic clients to share with us a little sneak peek into her presentation, which is titled The Secrets of Growing Your Business Using Facebook Groups. Now, there's a lot of buzz about these Facebook groups, right, Cheri?
Oh, there are. And so many people go in there and they're not quite sure what to do once they're there.
Right. And you've been doing social media for so long. Tell us about yourself first.
All right, I sure will. Well, first of all, Theresa, thank you for inviting me to be a presenter at your Business BOOM Expo. I'm excited about sharing the stage with you and all the other amazing speakers that you're bringing on. And so
it's
I'm
my
honored.
pleasure. I'm glad you're going to be there.
Oh, I am so honored because I love this topic: social media, business, online marketing, everything. And you know, as you told me,
I think it's like in your veins. It's like what you eat, drink, and sleep and breathe.
Well, I don't want, we were just talking. I'm not a techie person, but I love the creative side, the marketing, and coming up with ideas on how to really expand your reach, your network, and make an impact for others as well. And, I'm known as the social visionary, and that is for my approach in the art of social networking.
Because you are a social woman.
There you go. Well, I call myself a social media specialist. And the reason I say that is because I don't focus so much on, the Facebook ads like you do. I focus again on that strategies and training. I love to coach and consult with all these amazing features that are out there for us to tap into. But I do understand that they don't always come so easy to someone.
True.
So,
and there's so many of them.
Right. And, and social media didn't come easy for me either. However, what I did is I shifted my mindset. I focused not so much on the techie part of social media, but I focused on the networking side of it.
Yes.
I actually
because it's there for all of us to communicate with each other, right?
It is. And I actually honed on my networking skills when I was a BNI, Business Network International Regional Director for my area here in the Space Coast and then south of me in the Treasure Coast. And that was from 2001 to 2007. And I actually taught networking skills. And
oh my gosh.
I know.
This is like a nice segue.
It was, because what I saw when these platforms started coming out is, to me, I thought, wow, this is networking on steroids. I mean, that's how I looked at it, and I got excited about it, and I started having fun with it. The very, very first platform I actually got on was LinkedIn, and that was in 2006. And the reason I was on that was more for the connecting with individuals that I had met at conferences for BNI. They're international. There was actually a site right prior to that called Plaxo that was very similar to LinkedIn, and it just kind of disappeared as LinkedIn took over. But it was more the business.
Heard of Plaxo.
I know many people haven't, and it was more of the business to business networking, similar to what LinkedIn is. And so, as I said, we are taught when we were networking, there were like 6 degrees of separation. And once I saw the potential of LinkedIn, I thought, oh my gosh, it's only 3 degrees of separation. We can tap into so many individuals and really expand our reach. So what I started doing,
right in half, huh?
Oh, I know it. And so I started looking at really how to make these platforms work, because so many get on and let's look at Twitter. I was actually on Twitter before Facebook. And everybody said, well, why are you on Twitter? I go, I don't know. I was told to be on Twitter, go on.
Somebody said it was a great place to be. And don't so many of your clients come to you and go, I don't know why I was there. Yeah.
I still don't know. It's pretty toxic these days, but but when I looked at Twitter at that time, everybody, because people go, I really don't care what street corner they're parked on, or what parking, or where they're shopping, or what they're having for lunch, because that was what they were talking about on Twitter. And that was even what they were talking about on Facebook. My nieces and nephews are the ones that really said, Aunt Cheri, you've got to get on Facebook. I go, why? I don't have time for this. And they go, you really need to get on, Cheri. This is where we're going to be posting all of our pictures and keeping you up to date what's happening in the families. And I have a very large family. I'm the third of 9 children, and we are spread out. I think we're out over 100 members right now, with all the our nieces and nephews and their children and their children. We got nieces and nephews graduating college already. So, we are so huge, and we're spread out in a number of states. So I thought, okay, I'll get on. And
Sure.
oh my gosh, I was
hooked. The family network started there first. That's what got you there.
Yes, and I was hooked, and I thought, and now they think I do it a little bit too much now.
And they're like, oh, Aunt Cheri, will you stop?
I know it. And I don't know, to me, when I'm really working with my clients on these platforms, because I train, like I said, I coach, I consult, I've been speaking on social media. I actually dove into social media heavy by doing a social media immersion in San Diego back in 2010 over Labor Day weekend. My husband and I went out there for a 3-day immersion with the amazing Facebook queen, Mari Smith.
Well, isn't that ironic? We have Labor Day weekend just coming up now.
It is. And that was in 2010.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
10 years ago. This
10
is my
years later.
That I really decided. And when I came out of that, I thought, oh my gosh, there's so much potential for small businesses, because we were coming out of a downtime with our with businesses. I don't know if they would call it
right. 2008 when everything crashed. So 2010, people were still recovering.
I know. And individuals were really, because what I did was I started asking individuals, just what is it that you're challenged with right now with your business? And the majority have said marketing, because they didn't have the marketing dollars.
Right.
So they were looking for alternatives. And so that's when I just started, my husband and I together collectively started teaching classes on how to use social media marketing and really expand your reach, connect with individuals, and have conversations.
And from there, you rolled right, you became this guru on Facebook, right?
And just by teaching myself, and trust me, I'm learning something new every day, even now.
Sure.
With all the changes in Facebook and LinkedIn a few years ago.
Aren't they exciting?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. I do get excited because it's job security, I guess you could call it. For those of us in the online marketing arena, definitely job security. But I don't know. I'm on a mission to really reach women that are looking at either second careers or stepping out to be a first-time career professional. Maybe they've raised their children and now they're looking for something to do. They want to be this entrepreneur. And I really am on a mission to help them simplify the steps that they need to take, because it is so overwhelming when you first look at this.
It is. And the groups, a lot of people don't know what to do with the groups. How did that come about, these groups? And how are your clients using the groups to grow their businesses?
Well, groups actually came about before the Facebook business pages. They actually were almost like a business page. And so when Facebook did one of their other changes and transitions or transformations, that's when the business pages came out and they started doing something different with the groups. And the way the groups are now is, as I tell my clients, we need to learn how to put social into social media for it to really to be able to leverage social media marketing.
That makes sense, because it's all about being social. It's being involved. It's communicating.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we have to, we know the no like trust factor, and how to do that was we want to develop the relationships and really develop that social proof, which is the credibility, and have those conversations and be interesting to them. We have to write for our audience and not for ourselves. And what better place to do it than in groups, because groups are normally filled with like-minded individuals, or there are, if you have a specific topic group, they're coming in for either information, they're looking for resources, they're looking again to connect with individuals. There's a variety of groups, and there are some bad groups out there that people just go in and just post and spam and, you know, trying to sell all their stuff, you know?
Oh, well, that's not, I'm thinking that for the person who's trying to sell something, that they sold something, they probably thought they scored, but at the same time, you're right. It's,
Well, I actually, when I go into, you know, I kind of go through and do a cleanup of my groups every once in a while.
yeah.
Usually right at the beginning of a quarter, but the other day I was in there just kind of looking and getting and dumping some groups that I'm in, because I realized that individuals are coming in there and they're posting, but nobody's engaging. So you want to really first look for a group that has some really great conversation happening, and where you can actually jump in and have a conversation with them as well. And what you're doing is you're building that relationship. You want to go in and start doing that first. But what groups really, you know, you can have a group that you are a member of, or you can have a group that you actually, what I call your brand group. It's the group that really represents your business. Now, it wouldn't
Awesome. So
necessarily
there's a
be your
couple of
business.
choices there.
Yes, it wouldn't be your business name. It would be, again, you would look for a name of a group. Like mine is a group that I have open is Simplifying Social Media Marketing. But
Simplify social media marketing.
Simplifying social media marketing.
Simplifying social media
Mm-hmm.
marketing.
And
And that's your
so
Facebook group, and people can join that, correct?
they can. It's actually it's an open private group, and the way I say that is when Facebook did some changes in their groups, you know, it's either open or private, but they do give you two options with the private group, whether you want it closed where nobody can see anything in there, or it can't be found in a search. But if you allow it to be found in a search, it's kind of, you know, you can set that parameter, but you cannot take a private group and turn it into an open group. Yeah, so and that's
These
some of the
little
changes that
gems you're
happen.
handing us out, Cheri.
Those are some changes that
Oh my
happen.
goodness, thank you.
Yeah, so if you want, when you actually start a group, you actually kind of maybe want to make it open and then make a determination if you want to make it private later. So there's some things, and those are the type of things I'm going to be sharing when I do my presentation at that Business Boom Expo. Because like I said, you really want to focus on how you can come into these groups and really give value. So
Yes,
that's
and
how to
for
do
a
that.
business that wants to grow their business, if they're in that group and they're interacting, it's of tremendous benefit for them
Mm-hmm.
because they're developing the relationships, right?
Yes, for
And
sure.
and then the little bit that I know about groups is if a business is posting on their business page, only 1 to 3% of people who are liking or following the page will ever see the post. Whereas in a group,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook gives a notification that something's posted in the group to go check it out, right?
So that's so spot on what you just said, Theresa, because the one thing that Facebook has really, I don't want to say they have done to us as business people, but you know, they're encouraging us to have this business page. And the reason they
Yes.
encourage us to have that business page is to run Facebook ads.
Yes.
And so all of a sudden, unless you're running ads, you have about a 1 to 2% reach of your postings on your business page. You're reaching the individuals that actually took the time to come like your page. So that's why you would want to actually create a group from your business page, and that's where you're going to build community. In other words, you're not going to have the engagement on your business page any longer. Now it's in the groups. So you really want to take the time to find a way to really have an active group. Now, it doesn't happen overnight, and I'm going to be sharing some of those secrets and what you can do to get a group going in the presentation. So everyone's got to be there.
I can't wait to hear this presentation because I focus on ads, and Facebook to me is like a mansion with many rooms. You know,
Oh, I
I'm in
like
the
this.
kitchen
That's good.
creating ads, and you're in the living room having social conversations in groups.
I like that. Yes, you're right. Yeah, there's just like these different little compartments that we can get
Right,
into. Mm-hmm.
right. Oh, your presentation is going to everybody, please register for the businessboomexpo.com so you can hear Cheri's wonderful presentation and the secrets of using these Facebook groups to grow your business. And there's a special sale this weekend for Labor Day. The VIP tickets are BOGO. When you get a VIP, yeah, I was so moved the other day. I was with Trish Carr, MC, and her Women's Prosperity Networking Group. I'm so moved. I said, you know what? I need to do a BOGO for the VIP tickets for this weekend. Beautiful. And the VIP tickets, when you have a VIP ticket for the Business Boom Expo, you will get Cheri's Facebook guide to groups. Mm-hmm. So imagine the value of that. So the VIP tickets are normally $127. Buddy up with one of your friends, fellow business owners, and get that ticket for half off. For less than a price of going out for a nice dinner, you get all of this wonderful information from Cheri and the 7 other speakers. Yes.
Definitely a deal. Definitely a deal. So take Theresa up on that offer. Wow. I will definitely be sharing that out with all my associates as well, because 2 for the price of 1. And as you said, being a VIP, there's a lot of extras that they're going to get as well. And,
yes.
And when
including the recordings.
Right. And I'll really be sharing in my presentation how to use those Facebook groups effectively. You know, I call them virtual social hubs.
Yes.
For really connecting and networking. And as I said, building and, you know, expanding your reach and developing those relationships. So you're going to, the 3 takeaways you're going to get from my presentation are how to easily position yourself as the expert in your industry. That's vital when you're in groups.
Very important. You have to have the credibility.
For sure. And then really cultivate what I call lasting relationships. Mm-hmm. Those relationships, they may not be individuals that are going to always want to be your client or customer, but when you develop a trusting and lasting relationship, they are amazing referral sources and can be ambassadors for you as well when you're out there. And
evangelical fans.
Oh, yes. For sure. Raving fans, right?
Raving fans.
And then most importantly, when you develop those relationships and make those connections, how you can turn those, some steps that you can turn them into leads. And yes. Then the whole reason is so that you can grow or increase your profits, because that's what we all want to do in business.
Yes.
But just by delivering that value and taking the steps or the action steps needed can get you there.
I love it, Cheri. I love it. And you've listened to Cheri here. This is her sneak peek. You can see how easy she is to learn from and how concise she is in delivering the information. Don't miss her presentation. Secrets of growing your business using Facebook groups at the Business Boom Expo. So go to the businessboomexpo.com. I'm going to put the link down below for you. And I'm also going to put the link down below for Cheri's Facebook group.
Thank you.
So that you can join that as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And thank you so much, Cheri, for taking time out of your busy day to share these golden nuggets of wisdom and making everybody's day that much more special with the wisdom you've shared.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And I can't wait till the Business Boom Expo.
Boom, September 24th. September, it's around the corner.
Yes. What, 3 weeks from today? 4 weeks? 3?
2 weeks? Oh my goodness.
The
2 weeks.
Thursday.
3 weeks.
Month,
3
right?
weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. 21 days. Woo. Get your tickets this weekend. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Cheri.
Oh, thank you again. My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye now.